Hi friends, Miss Alicia here. I'm so glad that you joined us for another Bible study. Okay, so today we're going to continue to talk about our very special friend, Abraham. But before we do, let's get ready. Let's get our mind ready and our heart ready to listen, okay? So first, let's turn on our listening ears. Okay, can everyone do that with me? Turn on your listening ears. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, good. They're good and ready. Okay. Now, let's get our mind ready. Let's get our mind ready to listen to our teacher. So first, I want you to do what I'm doing. Okay, can you clap your hands with me? Good. All right, let's pat our legs. Can you pat your legs? Good. Let's wiggle our ears. Let's wiggle our nose. Okay, can everyone do this? Put a bunch of air in your mouth and go. Good job. Okay, pat your head, rub your belly. All right, now pat your belly, rub your head. Good. Okay, now fix your hair. Okay, so let's clap our hands one more time. Hold them together and put them in your lap. Good job. Okay, so we have been learning about a special friend. I just said his name. Does anyone remember his name? Do you remember what his name is? That's right, it's Abraham. Let's all say that together. Let's clap while we say it. Ready? Abraham. Good job. Let's do it one more time. Abraham. Good job. Okay, does anyone remember Abraham's wife's name? You're right, it's Sarah. Okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit more about Abraham and Sarah. Okay, so does anyone remember where this story takes place in our Bible? Okay, so if we have our Bible, and it's split into two parts. It's the front part and the back part. Does anyone remember what the front part's called? The Old Testament. Good job, okay? And the back part, does anyone remember what that part's called? The New Testament. Okay, our story today is the very, very first book in the Bible. It is Genesis. It's in the very beginning of the Old Testament, so it's the very front of the Bible. Okay, so Abraham and Sarah were out at their house, and Abraham was sitting in a tent, and he was looking up at the sky, and guess who came to visit him? 3 angels. Let's count those together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 3 angels came to visit Abraham. And you know what? They had a very, very special message for Abraham. But before Abraham wanted to hear the message, he asked Sarah, his wife, if she would go get them some food because they were being very nice hosts, and they wanted to offer their guests something to eat. Okay, so Sarah went to go get them some food, and the angels started talking to Abraham. And guess what? They told him that Abraham and Sarah were going to have a baby one day. And you know what? That's really, really great news. But guess what? Sarah overheard them, and she started to laugh. And I'm going to tell you why that was so funny to her. Because Abraham and Sarah were pretty old. Okay, so think about this. Think about how old you are. Okay, now think about how old your mommy and daddy are. Now think about how old your grandma and grandpa are. Now think about people that are even older than your grandma and grandpa. That would be like one of them having a baby. And Sarah thought this was so funny because she has gone her whole life without having a baby. But God sent those angels to tell her she was going to have a baby. And you know what? Abraham believed the angels, and he believed God because he had faith that God was going to do exactly what God said he was going to do. Okay, so let's think. In the Bible, have we ever learned a story that sounds really, really crazy, and God told these people that something crazy was going to happen, and everybody thought, no way, that's not going to happen. But somebody thought, you know what, I better prepare because I think that really might happen what God says. Can we think of any stories like that? How about Noah and the ark? Did God say all this water was going to come down and nobody believed Noah? But is that exactly what happened? God did exactly what he said he was going to do. So Abraham had faith that God was going to do exactly what he said, and they were going to have a baby, even though they were really, really old. Okay, so this week, I want you to think about something that God has said he's going to do, and he's done. Okay? And that could be something like you and your mommy and daddy praying for a baby, or you asking God for somebody that was sick to be better. Can you think of those things for me? And guess what? If you find something that you can think of that God said he was going to do and did it, can you email me and tell me about that? And I would love to talk to you about that. Okay, so that's the end of our story today. I'm gonna have a couple of questions. Okay, so what's the name of the guy that we're learning about? Do y'all remember? Abraham. Good job. And what is his wife's name? Sarah. Good. Okay, so when Abraham was sitting in his tent, who came to visit him? Do you remember? Angels. Do you remember how many angels there were? 3 angels. Good job. And what was the message that the angels told Abraham? Right, that he and Sarah were going to have a baby. And when Sarah heard this, what did she do? She laughed. You're right. Good job. All right, and can you tell me one last thing? Why was that so funny to Sarah? Right, because she was old and she had never had a baby before. And so she didn't think that she could have a baby. Okay, and so Abraham had faith that God was going to do what God said he was going to do. I hope you have that much faith too. All right, friends, I'm going to say bye for now, but I will see you